Father, this matzah is sure crunchy. Yes, my son, it is very crunchy matzah. But did you know why we eat the matzah? Why, Father? Why do we eat this yummy, crunchy matzah? Well, my son, it all began in chapter Yud Gimel, Perek Yud Gimel, that's chapter 13 of Chumash Shemot. The plague of the firstborn had just ended. The Jewish people were getting ready to leave Egypt, and God had a couple of more mitzvot to share with them. More mitzvot, Father? Why, which mitzvot did the Jewish people get before they needed to leave Egypt? Well, my son, the first mitzvah they needed to get was the mitzvah of Pidyon Bechor. The mitzvah of Pidyon Bechor is a very special mitzvah. You see, when a Jewish person has a firstborn animal, they need to give it as a gift to our dear friend, the Kohen. Why, Father? Why does a Jewish person need to give their firstborn animals to the Kohen? And what does that have to do with going out of Egypt? Come now, my son. I'm sure you're smart enough to figure that out on your own. Let me think, Father. Oh yeah, I get it. It has to do with the firstborn. Right. When a God saved the firstborns in Egypt, so from then on, all firstborn animals and even people belong to God because He saved them. That's right, my son. You are very, very clever. And therefore, we give it to God's special people, the Kohanim, who are God's special servants. Cool, Father. But what about if it's a non-kosher animal, like a donkey? What is the Kohen going to do with it? Very good question, my son. In that case, the Jewish person needs to switch the donkey for a sheep. Father, what if he doesn't want to give the sheep? Well, my son, in that case, he's punished, and the neck of the donkey is broken. For he wanted to make the Kohen lose his money, so he loses his money. He loses his money. Whoa, Father. Oh, I would never be so cheap. I would definitely give the Kohen his sheep, of course. Yes, my son. Well, the next mitzvah in the parsha is, of course, a very special mitzvah. And it looks like just what we're doing now. Hey, Father, look. It's a father and a son, just like us. What mitzvah has to do with a father and a son? Come now, my son. Don't you know a special mitzvah we do every year to remember going out of Egypt that has to do with a father and a son? Oh yes, Father, of course, the mitzvah of the Seder table. Hey, look, that boy in the picture has matzah. I wonder if it's as crunchy as mine. Now, my son, no eating during class. Let's continue learning. So, the next mitzvah that the Jewish people get at that time is something that you're not allowed to eat while you're having your Seder. Oh, I know, Father. No pizza. No pizza is correct. No pizza and no chametz. What other mitzvot did the Jewish people get before they left Egypt, Father? Well, my son, there is one more mitzvah. What happens if the firstborn is not an animal, but the firstborn is a person? Oh, Father, that would be terrible. You mean the baby would belong to the Kohen? No, my son. If the baby was a human baby, that was a special mitzvah. And the mitzvah was the mitzvah of Pidyon Haben. You see, the parents would come to the Kohen and say, "This is my number one baby." And the Kohen would say, "5 selah, please." And the parents would give the Kohen 5 silver slaim, 5 silver coins worth a certain amount, and redeem that baby, and then they would get to keep it. Oh, Father, that is really cool. What if the parents didn't give the Kohen the money? Well then, when the child gets older, he has an obligation to redeem himself. Wow, that is very interesting. Did I have a Pidyon Haben? Sure you did, my son. and I could even show it to you in our family photo album. Wow, that is really cool. I can't wait to see it. Well, what happened next, Father? Well, the next mitzvah also had to do with going out of Egypt. What is it? I'll give you a hint. It's a mitzvah about black boxes and straps. Oh, Father, I know, tefillin, but what does that have to do with going out of Egypt? Well, my son, it's very simple. When a Jewish person wraps the tefillin on his head and on his arm, close to his mind and his heart, he remembers always in his mind and feels specially connected in his heart to God who took us out of the land of Egypt. And we remember the words which are written inside the tefillin, which speak about the wonders and miracles that God did for us when He took us out of Mitzrayim, and we should feel and remember them every single day and guide our lives. Wow, Father, that is really cool. I can't wait for my bar mitzvah so I can put on tefillin on my head and remember Hashem and His miracles every single day. Yes, my son, that would be a really wonderful event. Father, but it looks like chapter 13 still continues. Yes, my son, you're right. Chapter 13 continues into the next parsha, Parshat Beshalach. Father, what happened in Parshat Beshalach? Well, my son, I'll tell you. In Parshat Beshalach, actually, the Jewish people leave Egypt. And on their way out of Egypt, Hashem makes sure to guide them on a specially set route. They were not allowed to go next to the mighty and wicked Plishtim, the Philistines. These Plishtim, if they would go in their territory, they would come out with weapons and warriors to fight against the Jews. And Hashem did not want the Jews to have to go through any more trouble just yet after going out of Egypt. So they went around the border of the Plishtim and they followed two special guides that God set for them to guide them through the desert. Oh, Father, I know exactly what they are. Yes, my son, what are they? Well, during the daytime, they followed a pillar of a cloud. A column of smoke of a cloud led them through the desert. There they are, with their matzot on their backs, marching through the desert, following the cloud. But what happened at night, my son? Well, at night, Father, Hashem made the cloud go away, and a big fire, a column of fire, led them through the desert at night. Yes, my son, you know the Parsha very, very well. Very, very good. But did you know who came with the Jewish people that was not alive at the time? Father, somebody came with the Jewish people who wasn't alive? That doesn't make sense. Who could have come if they weren't alive? Haha, my son, you're forgetting the story of Yosef. Yosef and his coffin were carried by the Jewish people on their way to Israel. Why did they do that, Father? Because before Yosef died, he made his brothers swear to take him and his bones out of Egypt with him. With them, my mistake, out of Egypt, and bring him to the land of Israel to be buried. Wow, Father, they remembered after all those years, didn't they? Well, they almost forgot it was Moshe Rabbeinu who was in charge of remembering, and he had a hard time locating the bones of Yosef, but eventually he sure kept their promise. Father, thank you so much for teaching me. I feel like there's so much in this chapter, I don't know how I'm going to remember it. Well, you could remember it by remembering that Perek Yud Gimel, that's chapter 13, in our secret code, is tummy. Tummy, Father? I don't get it. What does a tummy have to do with 13? Well, my son, let me show you. It's very simple. You see, in our secret code, the T is the number 1. Father, I remember that because it's got a long 1 hidden inside it. And the U doesn't count because it's a vowel. And then the M, what's the M, Father? The M is simply an upside down 3 that fell on its side, and it's really that turned into an M, but it's really a 3. Oh, cool, Father, but then there's another M. So what does that M do? Well, my son, in our secret code, if you have a double letter, the second letter is simply meaningless, just like a vowel. Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's chapter 13, because the T is the number 1, then we skip the U because it's a vowel, the M is a 3, the next M is not meaning anything, and the Y is a vowel, so we're left with 1 and 3, which is 13. Wow, that is so cool, Father. Thank you for teaching me that code. But Father, what on earth does it have to do with a tummy? Very good question. I have no idea what this chapter could have to do with a tummy. Oh, Father, look who's that? It's our neighbor outside. He's holding his tummy. Oh, my tummy hurts. What's the matter, neighbor? What's the matter with your tummy? I don't know. It really, really hurts. I know. Maybe by accident you had a baby inside your tummy. Did you forget to pay your 5 slime to the Kohen? Maybe you have a baby boy, a firstborn baby boy in your tummy. That must be it. No, son, that's ridiculous. I don't think so. I don't have any baby in my tummy. Oh, it hurts. I know. Maybe by accident you put some chametz inside your tummy. Chametz is not allowed on Passover, you see. No, it's not chametz. That's not what it is. Perhaps you ate too much matzah at the Seder. Oh, that could be. Lots of matzah at the Seder. Oh. Also, this morning, when I was putting on my tefillin on my head, I had a cough, and I was sneezing, and I sneezed the tefillin right off the head, and I swallowed them, and now the tefillin are inside my tummy. Oh, I have tefillin in my tummy, and it's really bothering me. Oh, it's so pointy. That is the most ridiculous story that I've ever heard. How could you have tefillin in your tummy? I do. I have tefillin in my tummy. Anyway, it's time to get out of Egypt already. I gotta go. It's very late. Oh, but I can't walk. I'm just going to have to lay down and flip over here. I'm gonna roll out of Egypt on my tummy. On your mark, get ready, get set, and boing, 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 boing. Who is that? Wow, oh my gosh, there's a guy had too much matzah by the Seder. He's bouncing out of Egypt on his tummy. Boing! He bounced right into the cloud. Oh, the cloud is bouncing him on his tummy like a geyser. Oh, it just feels better. Oh, this is making my tummy feel better. Uh-oh. Hey, it's getting dark outside. What's happening now? Oh no! It's a pillar of fire! Ow! My tummy is getting burnt! Oh! Perhaps I can lay down in the coffin of Yosef. With Yosef's bones. Oh, those bones are bumping into my tummy. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, this has been a terrible chapter for me and my tummy. Oh, my tummy is really hurting. Who's that over there? Oh, look, the Plishtim, the Philistines. Maybe I'll go check out their land. I wouldn't go there, Mr. Tummy Man. That is not a very good idea for you to go with your tummy. Why not? Just go visit those Plishtim. Oh! Ouch! Ouch! They shot an arrow in my tummy. I'm shrinking. My tummy is shrinking back to normal size. Oh, the Plishtim shot me in my tummy. I feel much normaler now. Oh, it was just some extra air in my tummy. Very good. Father, that is the most ridiculous, silly story you ever told me. Yes, my son, I know. I was just trying to help you remember the story. But of course you remember that the real story of chapter Tummy, that's Perek 13, Perek Yud Gimel, is how the Jewish people were commanded to give their firstborn to Hashem, and then they commanded to make a Seder to remember for all generations the story of going out of Egypt that the fathers should tell their sons and put on tefillin to tie as a sign God's wonders and miracles on their mind and their heart to remember and to feel. And then how God guided them on their way out of Egypt with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Thank you for listening, son. You're welcome, Father. Your stories are always so interesting. Anyway, now back to my matzah.